On our caravan this week throughout the temple area, he gave some of the greatest talks to the kids we met in colleges and high schools and everywhere we went. And if you want to know a young man who brings his spirit and his belief with him, you have him speak to one of your kids' groups, he'll let them know what it's all about. Rookie of the Year, Luke Scott. Moving along to the 2006 Astro Pitcher of the Year, Roy O, of course. His dad, they talked about having him come to make the presentation, but wasn't able to, they just weren't able to iron that out. So they said on Roy's dad's recommendation, why don't you have somebody have a contest and let them write a story as to how important it is to be driven to be a big league baseball player. The winner of that was Linda Montoya. And Linda, it's a long way up here. You've got the trophy. And you are one of the younger writers here tonight. That means you will be shorter.
Well, I'm only 5'4", so guess I qualify. I heard we have some highlights to see of Mr. Oswalt tonight. I'm thrilled and honored to be here tonight and want to thank Mr. Oswalt for making that possible. We've been privileged over the years to witness many memorable feats by this humble young man. An Olympic gold medal, MVP in the 2005 National League Championship Series, winning 20 games in back-to-back seasons, his self-treatment in 1999 as he administered an electric shock to himself for an ailing shoulder injury using his Ford truck, and the famous guest appearance on the David Letterman show to read his top 10 list. But my personal favorite is when the Houston Chronicle called him the sexiest man alive. He's not only accomplished, but he's versatile. In presenting Mr. Oswalt his award tonight, I want to answer the question of why he's so beloved by his fans. If you've not been to a game that he's pitched, you've missed the gigantic sign put up by fans. It hangs near section 337, and it reads, O's Bros. These are fans who are brothers in spirit with their hero, and they're always on hand to cheer the wizard, and to keep track of his strikeouts. Mr. Oswalt surprised these fans one night with a visit and autographed their sign, a gesture the O's Bros will never forget. Mr. Oswalt endeared himself to every mother, father, and fan the night he was awarded his MVP trophy for the National League Championship Series. I'll quote from the Houston Chronicle. Before heading into the interview session, a champagne-drenched Oswalt walked into the visitors' family room at Busch Stadium in search of his family. He hugged his wife first and thanked her for her support. Once Nicole had been hugged, Oswalt held Nicole with his left hand, lifted the MVP trophy above his head with his powerful right arm, and then clutched his father tightly. Here you go, Roy Oswalt told his father. I've won this for you, Dad. This touched the heart of every fan, and there was not a dry eye in all of Astros land. And in honor of his father and mother, Mr. Oswalt asked for stories which illustrated the reason why baseball links children to their parents or guardians. He reached out to his fans for their thoughts, and the fans responded with wonderful, heartfelt stories. And for that, we, the fans, are grateful. He exhibits each and every day his commitment to his family and has not forgotten his hometown. He is a gentleman in the truest sense of the word. If I had a son, I'd want him to be just like Roy Oswalt. And this sentiment is shared by many of his fans. And by the way, I am old enough to be his mother. On behalf of all of your fans, I make a promise to Mr. Oswalt's family and friends. Many of you in Weir, Mississippi do not have the opportunity to see number 44 in person while he performs his magic with a baseball. When he takes the mound, he does so to the music of I Stand Alone by Godsmack. We promise you that we will not let him feel alone. We have taken Mr. Oswalt into our hearts. While he remains true to his roots in Mississippi, we've adopted him as a Houstonian and a Texan. Not because he plays for the Astros, but like my childhood hero, Sandy Koufax, Roy Oswalt is not only a great athlete, but a good and decent man who puts family, friends, and faith above all else. It seems that the morals and beliefs my parents taught me are now being echoed by my youngest baseball hero. So Roy, think of us when you take the mound, your fans, who will always be proud to stand with you. Congratulations on being honored as the Houston Astros Pitcher of the Year.
First of all, I want to thank the writers. I've won this award, I think once in '02, and I was talking to Jesus a little bit earlier about how to win this award. In '04, I won 20 games and I didn't sniff it. And in '05, I did the same thing and they didn't call me either. This year I won 15 and they called me. I was really surprised. But I'm honored to get this award for sure. And you know, it's all about the family. When we started doing this contest, writing in and see who had the best story, I guess, that brings family together during baseball, we probably, Jesus and I, we read 300 or 400 different stories of people who wrote in from the Houston area. And all of them was great, and Linda's story, you know, it touched me. What brought her family together was a game, and that's one good thing about baseball. It's a sport where family can enjoy it, go to the game and enjoy it, and enjoy it at home too. So hopefully, you know, we can keep touching lives and do what we do best, try to do it best, and hopefully bring a lot of families closer together. Thank you.
Congratulations, Royo and Linda. Nice job. That was a terrific story. Linda Montoya. But you didn't surpass Jack Loftus. His clock is still running. Now let's go to the beat writer. Jesus Ortiz will make the presentation of the 2006